Hello everyone. Tonight I'm going to be running a game called 4 Dice Cthulhu. It is by a friend of mine named Magehammer, and he has produced this game. And I played another game called 4 Dice Fantasy last episode. So tonight I'm going to run 4 Dice Cthulhu, which is a little bit of a variation on that game. So as you see on the table here, I've picked out 4 characters from a list of other characters that he has. And I've already randomized them. And I picked out, and what we're going to do is run through 6 rounds. And the first 3 rounds are investigating the clues that are coming on into Arkham or wherever these investigators are in. This is 1920s, typical Cthulhu mythos. If you've ever played Chaosium RPG, Call of Cthulhu, or even some of the FFG games that are based around the 1920s, pulpy kind of, they're fiction. So anyway, I'm going to get started real quick. First thing we do is we set the dice value to 1. This is the first round. These are the clues that they're trying to discover. I'm going to roll these up, put these out here so we can see. And this right now, this is just the round counter. It doesn't do anything. And then I'm going to roll for the investigators. So, and I've put a die for each one to represent the color of the die that they're using. The soldier gets to use 2 dice in combat, but this is not combat, this is investigation. And the investigator gets to roll 2 dice while investigating. I'll put this one here. So what we're going to try to do is roll, and we're going to compare. Now he gets to pick the best one, or the one that matches, so he's going to take away that one because this is actually a really good roll. So what we're trying to do here is match the numbers, the dice value on the dice that are rolled up here, the clue dice. And we also have special abilities, but we don't need to. So the adventurer gets to reroll, save roll once per phase, and can find artifacts in 5 to 6. I'll explain that a little bit later. The reporter gets to roll 2 dice when rolling for investigations and take the best result. And the best result meaning maybe not the highest, but whatever helps defeat the clues or find the clues. The soldier gets to roll 2 dice during combat, which will happen later in the game, and he gets to take the best result. Again, doesn't have to be the highest die roll. It can be whatever combo works better. And then the doctor can target himself or any other to allow him to reroll a sanity roll or save roll once per phase. And right now we're in phase 1. So what we can do is match these up. Now, this is a good roll. So what we do is we have a 5 and a 5. And none of my characters allow you to adjust any of the dice up here. Some characters let you do that. These don't. That's okay. But we do have some pretty good rolls here. So we match these numbers. 5 and a 5 defeat that. Now, the good thing is we roll doubles, and doubles means that they pair up, like the investigators pair up and they find a clue or defeat a monster, depending. So we're going to use that double 5 to defeat that, and these double 3s can defeat this 6. So we've actually finished the first phase. So we're on phase 2 of This is a second round of investigation, and they each get a clue marker. Before I give them the clue markers, I get to roll their dice. And if I roll a 6, they actually get a magic item. And wow, 2. Okay, so the soldier and the adventurer get a magic item. So now we're going to roll them again. And the soldier so he has an elder sign. He's right there. I'm using that fate token for that. And she gets a mystic shield. Now, elder signs are permanent. And they're really good later in the game because you don't have to make any kind of sanity checks during the game. And Mystic Shields let you do reroll stuff. A little bit more powerful in the sense of one use, but these are one use and these are permanent. So that's what we did. We'll come to that. If we ever need to use them, we'll use them again. We'll talk about it. But they're on the inside the document. So effectively, now we're going to roll for second phase, these 4 dice. Oh, and yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'll put them in order, make it easier to read. Now, take these dice again. And I'm going to roll them. Yep. So on these dice, the skull is a 1 and a 6. That's actually pretty good. So I'm going to drop the 5 on the investigator. So he can match up with that 6. He can match up with that 1. The 4 doesn't do anything, and I don't really have anything to adjust the dice. But I can use one of the double ones to defeat. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to defeat the 6 and the 1. Leaves are the 3. Now, since we did not find all the clues, we're going to have to increase the impending doom that's happening. And so this affects the game later on. So we need to roll now for sanity checks for everybody. And nobody gets doubles on this, but we get to roll. Oh, I got to put the guys that did not get magic items, they get a clue token. I'll put them back here. All right, so nobody rolled a 1 on the sanity check, so we're good. If they rolled a 1 during this phase, if they rolled a 1 on their sanity check, they would just be out of the current round until the next time we roll again. So now we're going to have to roll again. We got a 3, so that's good. So that's good. So we defeat this. So now we're done with phase 2. We'll go to phase 3. But first, before we do that, everyone's going to get a clue token unless they roll 6s on this. Nobody rolls 6, so they all get a clue token. And these can be turned in later. Once you get done with the first game, you can play another one, and you can use these to get buy magic items such as Mystic Shield or an Elder Sign. It takes 12 of these to get a Mystic Shield and 24 to get an Elder Sign. So before we go on, I'm going to talk about the Mystic Shield. The Mystic Shield lets you re-roll 1 combat or final showdown roll or a save roll. So they're pretty good, but once you use it, it's gone. The Elder Sign can be used to re-roll any investigation roll or combat roll per phase. It doesn't let you roll a save roll, but it also makes you immune to sanity checks, which is great. All right, so around phase 3. So we'll put these here, here, and here. He gets to roll 2 on that. We're going to roll phase 3. This is the last investigation phase. Then we're going to go to the combat phase. So we're going to roll these. All right, that's actually good. So I'm going to get rid of this 1 because it 4 matches up better. So we have a 2 and a 6. Oh man, it's not really helpful. Doubles on the clue dice or monster dice don't do anything, but it just means that you have to roll those multiple times. So this is not really that good because we can only defeat 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of, and I have no way to reroll. I could use these, but I think I want to save them for late game because you'll see why. So I'm going to get rid of that 1 so we have less doubles. So now I got to increase the impending doom by 1. Now we got to roll for sanity. The adventurer rolled a 1, so she will be going insane for 1 round. But I'm going to use the doctor to re-roll her, and he does. That was a 1. All right, so we are good. So he's used his turn action for this, or the special ability. All right, so now we're going to do the investigation, continuing. All right, we're going to drop the 4. So we got a 1, a 5, and a triple 5. So that's actually good. So the 1 defeats the 1. 1, 5 defeats the 5, and then doubles can defeat the 3. So now they're done with the investigation phase. So now they're on round 4 is combat phase. Now that we've unlocked the secrets, the cultists and the monsters that are trying to unleash the Elder God into the world are now starting to attack us and trying to keep us from doing anything. Now, the reporter doesn't get to roll double dice, but now the soldier gets to fight. But before we do that, we're going to roll to see if we all get clue tokens, or mythos tokens, mythos knowledge tokens, and we're going to see if any of those become magic items. Doctor gets a blue, so let's see, he gets just a Mystic Shield, which is still great. All right, so let me get the other guys. They get a mythos token. Now, I will say, just for simplicity's sake, if you're going to play a single round of 6 turns, you don't need to track this. Just do the shields and stuff, because those are important later. But it's kind of fun, because you may decide later to mark this down and continue on a later game. So now, we're going to fight the monsters. So this dice becomes very important, because now we're at combat 4, and every value on that die adds another die to the monster phase, only for just rounds 4 and 5. So now we have 6 dice to fight, which means that you could get really a lot of numbers of dice. And the thing is, now we're in the monster phase, now we're going to have to roll for all of our combatants. And like I said, the warrior. So, let's see what's good. 3 is good. So I'm going to take that one. So we have a 6, we have a 3, we have a 2, and we have no way of modifying these, but we do have a double. So this 6 fights that, this 3 fights that, this 2 fights that, and then we can take one of these, the double of 3, and we can get rid of it. Now, I actually was rolling. I just realized I don't have to roll sanity for the soldier, but he didn't fail anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But normally, since he's got a elder sign, he does not have to roll sanity for anything. So now we have 2 of these. There's 2 monsters left. And we got to roll for combat, which is a regular attack phase. And all these need to roll, and there's nobody that gets special rolls on saves. Okay, ooh, I rolled 2 1s, not good. All right. So the doctor, I don't get to do anything with him. The doctor will spend the shield to re-roll. He's fine. And then he's going to use his special ability to let the warrior, the soldier, roll. So he's good. So he rolled a 6. So now we got to roll sanity phase, but the soldier does not have to roll. And I've actually forgot about the adventure special ability for finding artifacts. We'll remember that now. She rolled an insanity. She's just going to be out for 1 round, so I'm not going to re-roll. So she's not going to roll this turn. So I'm going to roll all these to attack. I don't want to spin that. Oh, well, that's good. All right, so I get to get rid of 1 of these because he only gets to keep 1. But see, I have to keep the best value. So 5 won't do anything, but a 1 will defeat this one, and the doubles will defeat that 2, which is great. So now we're at, I'm going to reset this, we're at 5. But we also get to see whoever, now she recovers, so we're going to get to see who gets any artifacts. And she, on the green die, well, if she gets a 5 or a 6, she gets it. Oh, she rolled a 5, which is great. So she gets an artifact. Is it a shield? No. But she can give it to anybody. She's going to give it to the doctor. So she gives the mystic shield to the doctor. All right, now we're on turn 5. We're going to roll. And this dice still affects this turn, this phase. So we still have to roll 6 dice. Putting them in order. Make it simple to see. Oh, that's triple 2s. And then these guys get to fight. Trying to keep it from hitting anything. All right. All right, I'm going to get rid of the... Oh, that's all right. No, that's all right. We'll get rid of the 2 because it doesn't matter on that because we'll get we don't get a double anyway. So we get a triple. We get 3, a 4, and double 6s. Yeah, it still would have mattered. And I'm going to get rid of one of these 2s to help spread the number rolls around. All right, so now they have to roll defense dice. This is an attack from the creatures that are defending, or the cultists that are defending. Ooh, he rolls a red. The doctor's going to try and keep him from going. He's fine. He rolled a 5, if you can see him. And then now they're going to roll sanity, but he doesn't have to roll sanity because he has the elder sign. And nobody goes insane. Okay, so now we're going to go back to rolling dice. Get that one off the floor. Still hasn't reset because we're still in the same phase. Which one's the best? I'm going to keep that one because it pairs up a 6, which is good. Although the 5 is nice, but the pair is nice too. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to do that because we only get 1 thing. If we do, nobody gets to reroll. All right, so what's it going to do this? We'll get rid of the 5 and a 2. So we have a 2 left. So now they all get to roll defense. Green rolls. Ooh, doctor does too. I'm going to have to spin these to keep them alive because it's the combat. Ooh. The doctor. I'm sorry, not the doctor. The reporter. Actually, that wasn't the doctor. That was the reporter. And he has no way of saving that. So he is gone. So we'll just dump these. These get to move to another player. So he is now no longer in the fight. So put these dice over here. And then we get to go the second round. Or to see if we can just beat this last guy. Okay, well, I forgot to roll but that's okay, we match up. So we get a pair, so it kills that one, or defeats that monster. So, do we find any... he resets this power. Do we find any artifacts? And the green die gets it on a 5 or a 6. Nobody finds artifacts, which was unfortunate because it would be nice to have them before we go into the big fight. So now we're on turn 6, round 6. And this die doesn't matter much anymore. So what we're going to be doing on this is now facing the Elder God and trying to close the gate before he can come fully into our dimension. So we roll 5 cultist. And then we also have an elder. We're going to use him, this die, to represent the Elder God. He's in play, but he's not. We can't affect that die until we're done with these cultists. So we're going to do this. And then we get to go. Now this is a combat, so he gets to use his ability. Or I get to drop the worst one, which we're going to get rid of the 2. 6, 6, and a 5. Well, that's actually pretty good. So the 6 beats a 6, the 5 beats a 5, and then the pairs beat another one. So we're going to do these for top 3. So we have a 4 and a 3 left. Now the unfortunate thing about that is now we have to roll attack die for the monsters, the cultists that are trying to summon. And we also have to roll two saves against the Elder God who's out there. And then we have to make a sanity check, except for the soldier doesn't need to make a sanity check because he has the Elder sign. So here is the first combat. Ooh, the green. The doctor will try and save her. Yes, so that's good. That's the first one. We will use one of these to mark it so we don't forget. Number 2. Good. And then number 3. Ooh, blue. So he's going to have to use the shield. He's fine. Now we do a sanity check. And sanity, he doesn't have to. Okay. Now this isn't as bad as it sounds because right now, between we're fighting cultists, the sanity just means he's out for this round. If we ever make a sanity check against the Elder God and we roll a 1, you're out because you've reached the limit of your sanity. So here we go. Wow, that is not a good roll. We don't get any. I can use the Elder sign to roll one of those. Re-roll one of those dice. But we need investigator roll or combat roll. So I'm going to assume, since he gets to do combat rolls, he's going to spend it. He's going to use it. It doesn't go away, but he's going to use it. Yeah, not any better. All right. So now we get to roll. So he's not in the fight, so we just have to roll for the 3. The 3 combat. Oh, he doesn't need to roll, but we'll count him because he didn't roll a 1. Excuse me. 2. Oh. Excuse me, getting a drink of water. Well, that's not good. I really don't have any way to stop this die. So now these get shifted around. I'm going to split them up, and now he can grab the magic item can come to anybody, the Elder sign. So he's dropped out, so the soldier did not make it. He got hit. So that was 2. We get to do 1 more for the green. Okay, so she's safe. And then we got to do a sanity check. She is insane for temporarily, but then he comes back and he gets to roll to see if he can knock one of these guys out. A 4, excellent. So he's going to take that now, but he's still got to roll for the combat. And he has used his ability, but he's still in the fight. Okay, good. 1. 2. Now, where's my 3? 3. And then he doesn't have to make a sanity check because he does. Although this has been used for the reroll, it still grants him immunity to sanity checks. Now she's back again. 3. Great. All right. So we knocked her. We knocked out all the cultists. So we still. So I'm not going to make him roll combat. I really have to. Let me see. We still make a combat roll versus the Elder God. Okay, good. 1, and there's 1, and we have to make 2. Okay, we're good. She has to make a sanity check, but he doesn't because he's got the Elder sign, so she's fine. So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to roll this value of the Elder sign, or Elder dice. Oh yeah, and we get to reset all of our abilities. And I'm going to say it's a new phase, so he gets to reset all that. So he's got that fate token to be able, the Elder sign to be able to use. So here we go. 1 and a 5. That doesn't do us any good, and I don't have any way of modifying, and this die is unmodifiable. So we got to roll 2 combat. Now we roll the 6s. Both are good, and then he doesn't have to make a sanity check, but she does, and she's fine. Oh, no 6. Combat. The tentacles and the creature is fighting from the portal, trying to come through. If you've ever seen anything with the mythos of Cthulhu, you know what I'm talking about. That was the second combat, and then not insane. Okay. Now, if I roll an insanity check and I fail against this guy, unless there's some way to modify the die roll, that adventurer is out. No, 6 again. Okay, well, we got to do the combat. Okay, good. Good. And then sanity check. No one's gone insane yet. So here we go. Come on, roll a 6, guys. There we go. So we got a 6. Now, we're going to move this down to 5. So no matter if I roll 2 6s or a 6 and a 5, it still only gets to drop the die value once. So we still got to fight the bad guy. First one's good. This is the second attack. Oh, green. The doctor can get her to re-roll. She's good. And then sanity check. She's good. Then we get to roll this for combat. No 5. Add the dice up, they do, but you can't do that. Now, if we roll doubles and it wasn't a 5, it would still count. We could drop that down, just like normal combat. Combat against them, 2 and a 4, they're good. Second combat. Ooh, green. I don't have any way of saving her. So my friends, is out. So the doctor gets all of the Mythos clue tokens. She goes. And it's up to the doctor. That was that. So he doesn't have to do insanity check. So he's going to go against this guy. He hasn't used the token yet. 6. Since it doesn't get to be used against saves, he's going to go ahead and use it now. Nope. So it's been used, but he's still invulnerable to Mythos. So he's going to combat. 1, 2, and then he's immune to sanity checks. Nope. Combat 1, combat 2, and then no sanity. He is struggling. Oh, he gets the 5. Excellent. So he goes down to 4. Still has to combat. Oh, the doctors use that. The fate die is not thing, and that is the end, my friends. That is what happens when you face against the elder gods. He has come into our reality and has destroyed what we know as our reality, unfortunately. So that's a fun game, though. I mean, it's a very tough game. You see that it's very difficult, especially at the end phase when you're trying to fight. But that's when you're hoping you get a bunch of magic items and tokens built up. But that was it for now, but I will come back later to run another game and see how it goes. So thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.